Hey y'all, my name is David. I'm a junior studying CS at Duke University, and today we're going to be talking about pgroups. Pgroups is basically Duke's orientation groups, which occurs on the first week for freshmen. It's a good way for students to get accustomed to campus life and sort of just get to meet people and make friends. There are 21 different pgroups this year with all sorts of different themes. With all those different choices, it can be really overwhelming. Like, if I choose the wrong group, will I get cooked? What actually goes on even within these pgroups? So in this video, I'm going to be interviewing some of my fellow students, hearing their experience about pgroups. But first, obviously, since I can't cover all 21 pgroups, I'll give a brief overview of some of them, especially the ones that we won't cover. So to start off, one of the bigger ones is Project Band, which is just band camp. They work a lot on the instruments that they're going to play. If you're into band or you're trying to get into it, that's probably the project for you. Another project that people tend to like a lot is Project Habitat, and they work on guests making a habitat. It's honestly a really good experience. There's a bunch of late night working, but they get to build the house and overall have good conversations about it. Habitat also is off campus a lot by virtue of working on houses. So if you're looking for something more on campus, keep that in mind. Another big project is Project Waves. They go to the Marine Lab, a very beautiful place, and spend all 5 days there during orientation week. So if you're looking to not be on campus, that's probably a great place. Another big project is Project Play. Project Play pretty much focuses on athletics. So whether that be by meeting coaches or by meeting athletes, all these really are things that you explore and get to enjoy. And then finally, we have the infamous Pwild. Pwild basically goes camping for the entire 5 weeks, and I've heard crazy stories from Pwild. People tend to like it a lot because there is this bonding that occurs, whether it be from the quote-unquote no toilet paper, or whether it be from not being able to shower for a while. There's all sorts of different quirky things about it. And so if you're an outdoors person, I think going through that orientation group would be a good way to do that. But with all that, that's enough yapping from me. I'll let y'all hear from other people.
My name is John Park. I'm a sophomore studying computer science. My P group was Project Global.
I'm Trinity Quay. I'm an English major. I'm a sophomore now, and I was in Project Media.
My name is Zane. I'm a sophomore studying mechanical engineering. The project orientation that I did was Project Seed, Science, Engineering, and Exploration at Duke.
My name is Zoe. I'm graduating. I major in computational media. I did pfarmtotable.
I'm obviously your host. The project group I did was Project Wellness.
I think with Project Media and with a lot of things starting out at Duke, I was like expecting that I'd make these instant, lifelong friendships. Like we go on some wild first day journey and then I would talk to these people forever. I don't know, I don't really talk to any of them anymore.
I expected Project Wellness to be a very chill P group. I expected meditation most of the time, just sitting in deep reflection, really just being one with things.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a lot more about learning different cultures, the world, and just like what's in it, apart from just the US.
I just expected it to be like a brief introduction into what engineering is at Duke. Maybe get to meet like a couple of the engineering professors.
So I thought we would be farming and we would be tabling. I thought we would actually like go into the farm, like into the garden and like pick vegetables and stuff. I guess in terms of like orientation in general, I wasn't expecting to like make my best friends per se, but like at least some friends I could stay in contact with after. So we did not go into the garden and farm vegetables, and then we also did not take cooking classes. Cooked once, but it was like random ingredients. We made a tomato rambutan salad. It was not appetizing. We did not eat it. I think the main things were like visiting different farms and like visiting like grocery stores and stuff. Listening to people talk about like their stories of like starting their business and stuff, which I thought was cool, but I honestly like zoned out. Did make some of my like closest friends during freshman year during O week. Yeah, that was a surprise.
To be honest, it was more so focusing on just learning about the community more of Duke as well as Durham than actually focusing on the global aspect. We did a lot of walking. That was a bit of a pain. The global aspect was mainly inside the food. We just tried a lot of various like cuisines around the world. That was a lot of fun.
It was honestly much more active than I thought. We did various things such as kickboxing, different types of dance, eating a grape and sitting there and thinking about the sensation of eating a grape.
It was mainly just like touring the engineering buildings and the engineering quads and just hang out. Also on the last day, We actually did get to have a field day, so we went to go play soccer, and then after we drove up to a lake and just like went to go swim and ate food again.
It seemed like every day was focused on a different aspect of media. There was a day where we did photography workshop. We went to the Duke Chronicle headquarters. At one point we went to work with the Duke basketball media team, which was very fun for a lot of fans. We got to see some of their unreleased ads. It was relaxed, and there were other things to do during a week that you still got to do, and some people in more heavily focused programs didn't get to go to those extracurricular events. Solid 8, only because there are some other groups that, after hearing about them, I might want to explore them more.
I would probably rate it like an 8. Since it was just touring engineering quads, that wasn't really like fun. But because you're just hanging out with engineering people, on like the first days of classes, you already do like 1/3 of the class. So like it was pretty good to already have people you could hang out with and get like some work done together.
I'd honestly give it a 9. I think it was a really good balance because the main point of orientation groups is to get accustomed to campus. And so we spent a bunch of time on campus, including the wellness building, which I think is really underrated. Maybe I'm blowing up the spot. But we also got to explore Durham. It really focused on not only the physical wellness, but the mental wellness.
I would rate it a solid 7. I think the core parts of the program were good in terms of like being able to like meet people. I did make some good memories like on the farm.
I would rate it probably like on the higher, like 7 or 8. It was a great way to meet new people as well as just get free food. So I've never been complaining about that.
I hope you all enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed interviewing them. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We'll try to get to them. If you enjoyed this content, we are making new a church in Durham, mostly comprised of Duke students. And if you want more content like this, please feel free to follow and subscribe.